All right, all right, all right. So lots of you have asked for the recipe and method for the bread that I've made a bunch of you. I like to give people bread. It is one of my favorite things to do. And every time people have this bread, they're like, it's so good. It must be some like family secret recipe. But I'm like, yeah, no, it's the easiest bread you'll ever make. It's a no knead bread, slow rise method. So if you want to learn how to make the bread that I have made for some of you, just keep watching and it's going to be fun and it's super easy. So what you're going to need is you're going to need some unbleached white flour, and you're going to need some salt and some quick rise instant yeast. You can use other yeasts, but I use this. I find it's really the simplest, easiest thing to do. And I buy them in these little packages. So per loaf that I make, you only need one of these. You don't have to measure anything out. You can just use the whole packet, which is really nice. We need some salt, and we need 2 cups of water. So that's 4 cups of flour and 2 cups of water. You're gonna need a tablespoon measure, and we'll use 1 tablespoon of salt, and again, just 1 package of this yeast. Okay, so I've already got my flour in the bowl here. I'm very professional, ready for this video. And so you can really customize this and make it whatever you want. I use 3 cups of unbleached white flour. Don't use bleached flour. Unbleached is best because it's going to be slow rising on the counter for about 20 to 24 hours. So you want to make sure that's unbleached. And so yeah, 3 cups of the unbleached white flour, and I use 1 cup of this organic whole red Fife flour I got at True Grain. You can customize this any way you want. I've done it 1 cup rye, 3 cups white. I've done all white. You can do 1 cup whole wheat. You can do 2 cups whole wheat, 2 cups white. You get it. You can customize it any way you want. I just find that if you're going to use a denser flour like rye or red Fife or whole wheat, mixing it with the white really helps to make the loaf fluffier and just more enjoyable. So, all right, so put your 4 cups of flour in, and we're gonna add our dry ingredients right now. So I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of the salt. So fancy. And then I'm gonna crack open this pack of quick rise instant yeast. Dump it in. Golden. And you'll notice I didn't clean my kitchen for this video. That's because who cares? Your kitchen is probably messy too. So we're friends. All right, so now we've got all of our dry ingredients mixed together. I usually like to mix this together with either a wooden spoon or a spatula or something like that. You can mix it together with your hands. All the bread connoisseurs will be very proud of you for feeling out your bread. But I'm just not fancy, so we're just gonna mix it together with what we got. Use what you got. I used table salt, like iodized table salt, and not like any kind of fancy salt. Just use what you have. I mean, this bread is so foolproof. You can, yeah, you can kind of make it your own, which I like because I don't have time to be fancy. My kid's sleeping right now. He might wake up. We don't know what's gonna happen. We are braving the wilderness. All right, so I've got 2 cups of lukewarm water. This is tap water. It is not bottled water. It's not filtered water. Probably should be. I've done this before many times with this water, and it seems to be just fine. So it's a little bit lukewarm, not too cold, not too hot. And what I like to do is I just like to dump it in. See how I did that? Just dump it in. Just a little bit at a time. And I like to mix it together with my spatula. Just a little bit at a time. Just allow that flour to mix in to the water. You can see it's kind of clumpy right now. So yeah, 2 cups usually works. Sometimes 2 cups works. So how's everyone doing? This is not a live video. I could have done this live. I just don't know how the internet works. Like I really need to learn. I need to learn the social media, seriously. I think one time I tried to do a live video, then it was like trying to schedule me in for a live video like at a later time, and I was like, that doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for my life, but you know, maybe one day I will do a live video on how to make bread, or maybe not. So I mean, this is just the first part of the method of how to make this bread. It's really, I would say, the easiest part. And then I'll make another video on what to do when your bread has fully arisen. And that'll be tomorrow, because it does rise overnight. So some people think like, oh, I have to wait so long to make this bread. It must be so, I don't know, hard. But think about it. After I'm done mixing this together, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna cover it and leave it on my shelf, and I'm not gonna think about it. I'm not gonna look at it. I could look at it, but I'm not gonna have to think about it. I'm not gonna have to knead the crap out of it every 3 hours or whatnot. So here we go. I've mixed in my 2 cups of water, and it's really piecey and really, you know, all the moisture hasn't soaked up into the dough. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wet my hands with some, yes, tap water. And I'm just going to scrape the sides of the bowl where the flour is dry with my wet hands, and just kind of fold it in and squeeze it. Fold it in and squeeze it. And we're not kneading it, okay? Kneading is hard. Kneading lasts for like 10 minutes, and it's just, I don't have time for that life. I mean, maybe one day, but I just don't have time. So yeah, I'm just gonna get my hands wet again and just do the same thing until all the moisture and the flour and the dough, it's all moist basically. I hate the word moist. Just, if there's another word, tell me. Seriously. So yeah, just like squish and squeeze it. And now I like that. I like how that looks. And if you're afraid to use your hands, I mean, bread is just not the life for you then. You gotta use your hands. So now I'm gonna wash my hands off. And you may choose to do that or not do that. It's up to you. And grab some olive oil. I got this from my local Costco. And what you're gonna do is you're kind of gonna coat the sides of your bowl with some oil, like that. And then same thing, we're gonna go around the dough and just kind of coat your dough with some oil. Plop it down. Does it look pretty? No, it looks like a brain, literally. But it doesn't matter. We're not going for beauty. We're going for carbs. And mixing all of the ingredients together. Really, that's the most important thing. So, there we go. And now all you're gonna do is you're gonna cover it with plastic wrap, and you can stick it in your oven as long as it's not on and you're not gonna use it. Or you can just stick it on the counter. That's what I do. Put it on the counter, leave it, and it will rise on its own. So there you go, guys. Super easy, super simple. Try it at home, let me know how it goes. And I will make another video for the next part of this method.